Welcome to the Outliers Clubhouse. I am your host, Matt Jones. Today, we got a lot of things to cover, but most importantly, WTF is going on with Vince. We're going to get to that shortly. You guys want to have a discussion? Let me know what you think. This news is breaking as we speak. I feel like I had a whole set of things to go over, but this might be the most important wrestling story of 2024. So if you guys want to leave your comments down in the section, I'll be reading them out loud. I'm just gonna, give my blatant opinion of it. But I want to see what some of you guys think right now. What the F is going on with Vince? How could this be something that we're still talking about in 2024? All the accusations against McMahon. All right, well, let me know what you think, Cyrus. Like, I'm really interested here in what people's opinions are on this. Like, I think it's kind of crazy, and I know they're all accusations, but like, why is it still the same lady from the beginning? And she's like, they're making her be more and more elaborate. And I feel like when you see stories like this, they almost do this to the victims to like make them be as elaborate and grotesque as possible, almost like this whole process, degrades the victim continuously. And it sucks because this is the way that the society kind of makes it out to be. But it really seems like this lady whose name I'm not going to mention because frankly I don't even remember what it is, but she's saying all this stuff's happening and not just believing her. They're like, all right, now we're going to have to make you really tell us what's going on, and the stuff's really getting deep. And she's like naming people's names. And I feel like the Wall Street Journal, like, implicated somebody. I'm not going to name anybody's names, you know what I mean? But they implicated somebody that I don't even know if they had any proof of. So it's kind of strange. All the accusations against McMahon all leads back to the same thing. Yeah, and he tried to pay him off, and I get that, and that should be a problem, and I feel like this should be flagged, and maybe if there is a mistake that has been made, this should be the time for it to like actually be righted. This wrong needs to be taken care of. To keep on giving more and more evidence. I mean, you should hear some of the stuff is reporting. The stuff that I'm reading in there, supposedly that McMahon texted her and did. It's like, you've got to be kidding me, bro. Like, if it's really that bad, one instance should have been enough. But they got this lady just saying all kinds of crazy stuff. So, if in fact this shit is even halfway close to being true, which it probably is, it sucks. And I feel like not only should he apologize and be like, yeah, I fucking did this shit. I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't be in charge of maybe anything ever again, since I've kind of ran this whole operation based on one model and then ended up doing these really bad things to people. So that's my opinion on it. I feel like it's going to be a long, drug out court case, and I know Cyrus is saying that the money is probably going to end up paying it off at the end because we know how much he just got, billions of dollars just from Netflix. Just from Netflix, they're paying this guy so much money, and they're going to make a documentary about him, so I'm sure they paid him for that first. They're going to be getting all the rights to Monday Night Raw next year, so McMahon's going to have a huge influx of income coming in, so he's probably like not going to really see any ramifications for what he's been accused of doing, and the fact that it's having to come down to these really outlandish depositions that are now written in court and people can read it in the Wall Street Journal. I just can't believe some of this stuff, and it sounds like I don't know, some of the things are just, they have to be true is the way that I'm looking at it. Yeah, you can maybe fudge some facts, but for God's sakes, lady, because and she was probably in on this too, unfortunately. And yeah, sometimes business deals go south, but don't mean the business deal wasn't always a bad business deal. And yeah, and then things go the way they go. So if anybody's got any opinions on it, Let me know what you think. If you know any more than I know, I'm just reporting on the Wall Street Journal thing, and I feel like McMahon is going to deny that there was any wrongdoing. I'd really like to know what he has to say in response to some of the specific things that she said and some of the specific names that were mentioned, like the fact that she's dropping names, like John Laurinaitis, another guy who's also been working for the WWE for a very long time. I feel like I'll name the two people that everybody probably knows about that are involved in this, pretty high up people in the company that should not be taking advantage of these people in this type of way. It's like, yeah, of course you're all going to try to do the best you can to advance in the company for your boss, but that should mean doing things that are, degrading, like extra to the point where normal people would puke. Cyrus, what's up, buddy? He remembers all the accusations against Pat Patterson as well. Yeah, McMahon's right hand man. A lot of wrestlers came forward about him. Yeah, I think Pat Patterson's dead now, can't even defend himself. And heard a lot of crazy stories about Pat Patterson. I know Hulk Hogan tells a story about Pat Patterson, and yeah, everybody tries to play it off like, oh, it was just a joke. Yeah, no, it's not, bro. No, it's not. Playing around with people like that and then saying it's a joke afterwards. No, it's not. If you're saying something in any context to somebody that's unwarranted, especially of sexual nature, and if you have money luring on the other side for them while you're talking to them about this, and I don't know, I just feel like you're doing bad and you should know it, but they're enjoying it, is what it might seem like. Yeah, so the whole thing's bad. It makes wrestling look bad, and that's another reason why I feel like I had to just start the whole thing off with this, because I don't feel like it's a good depiction of what wrestling is or what it should be. I feel like it's what a perverted version of wrestling could be, and like something really good happens for the WWE and a bunch of wrestling fans and a bunch of wrestlers. Netflix buys the WWE, and now we go back to this horrible story again, which maybe if, we would have just taken care of this at the beginning when it was originally brought up, like they had already filed this paperwork and stuff, we've already known this happened. We already knew there was money involved, hush money, NDAs, like, okay, that don't seem right, especially if she's saying all this. There's got to be at least some validity into it, check into it, and don't just keep on shaking his hand and putting this dude out in the front and center. It's really showing people how corruption actually works, especially if all eyes are on the McMahon right now, and the TKO product and everybody else that's merging together. People are seeing all of this and then having to hear all this negative stuff. Like I said, it's the Wall Street Journal. Everybody's going to be talking about it. So it's just embarrassing, and it's the most degrading thing possible. So even if it is all fabricated, like that just makes it even worse. That somebody or some entity would go to the extremes to come up with the worst thing possible to say. But I guess if you're going to lie, you're going to go all the way. So what's up, buddy? What's up, Shareem? What up, Zaid? How old is Kate? She's old enough. I know that. So when is the next wrestling match? That's a good question. As we know, the Jedi had that broken thigh from the twist of fate that he took off the ladder from Marvo. But in that moment, Marvo declared he was to be the #1 contender for the Screw City Championship. You can watch this episode. It's now streaming on the Wrestling Show right here on YouTube. But the Jedi asked Aiden if he was going to fight Marvo for the title, put it up on the line, and Aiden said yes. So the next match, Aiden Jones versus the legendary Marvo for the Screw City title. The Jedi is going to be in Aiden's corner, and I'm sure Junior is going to be in Marvo's corner. As far as the date for that match is concerned, very soon, honestly. We had the craziest weather here in the Screw City. Super snow, super cold, super froze. But It's supposed to get back to like 50 next week. So I was outside cleaning off the ring earlier today. I am the ring keeper. And I was like sweeping all the water off of it, and I could start to see grass. So that's good because the snow was, up to the top of the thing. Robert Briggs, what up, my man? Says he has lawyers and money, so a fine and a slap on the wrist is all they will get. Is he going to actually admit to doing this, though? You know what I mean? Like, is he going to actually take blame, like apologize? Like, is there going to be a spot where all the women that he's possibly done this could come forward now, too, if there's other women involved? Because, yeah, if he says, I'm sorry, then everybody else is able to come up and say, he did this to me, too. If you're giving out apologies, let's fucking do it. Nope, he says. XY, do you decide the results of the matches between you and Kate beforehand? That's a great question, buddy. And a lot of times we do like custom requests. So people will send me emails and let me know like who they would want to see win in a match between Kate and I, how they want it to be done, stuff like that. So those matches, no, I don't decide most of those matches. Sometimes the customer or fan will let me pick who wins and just wants a match to be one way or the other. But generally, no, I don't decide the match results between Kate and I. And then when we wrestle on the wrestling show, I feel like the results are decided to better further the storyline. And I don't have final say in that. Especially not with Kate. If you know anything about Kate, she's going to have the final say in everything that happens when she is on screen. She is the Empire for a reason, for sure. Oh my goodness. Yeah, speaking of Kate, she's going to be defending her Galactic Championship. That's going to be another match against Brenda in the ring when the temperature outside becomes more of a normal degree. We had sub-zero weather for the last couple of weeks. It was really, really cold here in the Screw City. But it's getting back to normal. So I'll be looking forward to that this weekend, honestly. If you want to check out the Royal Rumble, keep it on the topic of the WWE. We can move off of Vince unless anybody else has anything else they want to say, but that's my opinion of it. But moving on to this Sunday, a way more exciting moment. This is what I was saying. Like, this was really taken away from the attention that wrestling should be getting this weekend. Because not only is the WWE stacked right now with wrestlers, they've got the potential to have this Royal Rumble coming up be the best Rumble ever. Like, this is the road to WrestleMania 40, which could be the best WrestleMania ever, according to The Rock, and it should be. So I feel like coming into this weekend, we really got to focus on who's going to be in the Rumble. We got Cody, Seth, so many people that could have good storylines, CM Punk, obviously, a lot of good guys that are going to be out. And we are going to be streaming it live, not here, on TikTok. If you got a TikToker on your phone, go to that little app, type in The Wrestling Show, THA, I believe is how it's spelled, The Wrestling Show. And for the 30-man Royal Rumble, we're going to be going live on that. So if you don't have access to the cock, or if you don't have access to, the internet or whatever you need to watch this Royal, and my boys, we're going to be having a fun time right here in the clubhouse, watching the Royal Rumble, eating pizza, drinking Pepsi. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you guys want, because, CM Punk is my second pick. So I'll be going for The Rock if he shows up. But Punk's my second pick. So Pepsi Phil, I'm going for you, bro. Hometown boy. He lives not too far from me. We both like to rock sweaters, hoodies. Speaking of the hoodies, check it out. TWS, you can get this right here on Teesprings. There should be a link down here below this video somewhere. Click on it. $30, not too bad. And, I've been rocking it. I actually washed this one this week, or Kate washed it. And, you know, it already kind of had that, like, faded glory look to it anyway. So I feel like I'm on QVC right now. But it washed really well. And it held up good. You know, I like this material. I kind of want to rip the neck. So maybe I would recommend the next time you get one, get a zip up one. Some of my hoodies, a lot of hoodies got the neck ripped out because I just want to fucking, like, you know, get out of it sometimes. But otherwise, it's really nice, really comfortable. You know, I'm wearing it with nothing underneath, nice and warm. Feels good up against the skin, you know, especially after it's nice and warm out of the dryer. Just like this. Get yours own right here, teesprings.com, for your own TWS hoodie. And yeah, I'll be wearing mine for the duration of this winter season, which I hope you guys are all enjoying. This most recent episode yesterday, Caitlin and I, we took the Outliers live stream. We took it on location, which we're probably going to do from time to time. We'll make some videos and do some stuff like that and do some fun things with characters and people that want to be part of the show. But, you know, not everybody is a wrestler, but a lot of people are actors, you know, and there was a very high tension moment when Grandpa was at the nursing home yesterday. Oh, we got a question? Yeah, bro. If you got any questions, let me know. And then I'm going to play this clip of Grandpa, and I'm going to let you guys get back on with your day and figure out anything more about this McMahon saga. I just listened to Jim Cornette's drive-through talk about it. I'm going to see what else kind of information I can find. But Cornette and Brian Last have a hilarious take on it, and they read all of these really ridiculous text messages, accusations, court documents, pages of the Wall Street Journal, however you want to look at it. You're going to read it all. What he wants to know, how did you start wrestling with Kate? Well, that's a long story. Longer now than it seems. Almost seems like one of my dreams. But I was making YouTube videos and people were sending requests, and I ended up getting one to give Kate a tombstone. And I tombstoned her, and she loved it so much that she wanted me to do it over and over again. And the fans saw the willingness for Kate to take this tombstone move, and they saw the passion for Kate to learn the tombstone, you know, and take this move over and over again. Getting dropped on her head, bro. Dropped on her head, you know, held upside down, smashed over and over again. Multiple contusions. But yeah, so after seeing her take all these tombstones, you know, she just had a fire in her. She was watching the videos back too. So after that, she wanted to learn another move, and then another move, and then another move, and then after that, she started getting sick of doing these moves on the ground and on the concrete. She decided to get herself a wrestling ring. So Kate bought herself a wrestling ring, and the rest is kind of history. You know, she's been making wrestling content for the great wrestling fans now ever since 2018, and she's the Galactic Champion, the best wrestler that I've ever seen. You know, and hats off to her. I ain't trying to challenge her right now. You know, I don't think anybody in their right mind would want to take a whooping from the Galactic Champ. So that's just how I feel. But as for the Rumble, you can check it out live on TikTok with us. But I'm going to show you this video here of Grandpa. Super funny. You never know what's going to happen when you get involved with this guy. And he had been waiting. Let me just give you a little backstory on this. Grandpa had been waiting to play some country music with me for weeks, months, lifetimes. He's like 90. Finally, get there, 38 seconds in, this lady comes in trying to tell him he has to go get something done to his legs that he already got done on Tuesday. And I swear there was about to be a fight in the nursing home, but there wasn't.
Do you remember when? A couple days ago. At 8 o'clock at night. Are you sure? I'm not drunk.
Because that's why they sent her, and she came all the way from Chicago.
He was right here at 8 o'clock at night. Doris, was he not here?
Was he doing that?
My legs. He ultrasounded my legs.
Hit it, he says. Oh my God, making one of the funniest moments in my life. I've watched that video over and over. When Grandpa says hit it afterward, he was so dead serious because she really cut into his song. That full video is now streaming right here on YouTube, right here on The Wrestling Show. You can watch it in its entirety. It's pretty epic. This guy, he's got a little measuring tablet that you would, measure out what you would cut if you're going to sew something with. It's like a ruler, but a flat one. And he's got two little markers that he drums with. And he's starting a band. It's pretty funny. Anyway, guys, you can check that out. Thank you so much for watching. Get the hoodie. Meet us on TikTok this Saturday night to watch the 30-man Royal Rumble. Let us know who you guys think are going to win. When we get to 500 subscribers right here, or 50,000 subscribers, when we get to 50K on The Wrestling Show, we're going to do the outside match with the ice in it. What was I even calling that? The ice bath match. We're going to do the ice bath match at 50,000 to celebrate, and we're also going to have a cake. So if you're not subscribed, be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like, leave a comment down below, share this video with your friends, and we'll see you next time right here on YouTube, live with the Outliers live stream, where we're going to be talking about wrestling and what the F is going on with Vince. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Peace. May the force be with you.